WVVA has been covering the coronavirus from the beginning. Now we have a panel of 3 medical experts here to answer your questions.
And joining us on the panel of guests are Dr. Dirk Stanley. He's the medical doctor with Bluefield Regional Medical Center. We have Dr. Nancy Lohays. She's the clinical director for primary care at Princeton Community Hospital. And also Mark Pickett. He's the emergency management director at PCH, and he's a registered nurse. Let's get started with that first question. Why is coronavirus different than a normal flu season?
So essentially, as coronavirus, this is considered a novel virus, never been exposed to humans before, versus flu, which is endemic and comes around essentially every season. The difference in this case, we've never been exposed to this. We have no innate immunity in the community. We have no vaccine at this point, and it has a apparently increased mortality rate on a case-per-case basis. So hence the concern and aggressive nature to help to cut it out of the population, so to speak.
So what does it feel like to actually have the coronavirus? What are some of the symptoms?
Coronavirus presents mostly as any other respiratory illness would, except a little bit more stronger. So people have fever, they have muscle aches, they have cough, and they are short of breath. And I will say that the shortness of breath is a big feature. So that would be the one feature that if you are having increasing shortness of breath and it's not getting better, and it's out of keeping with what you're usually used to, that would be one aspect of this illness that you should pay attention to.
And Mark, this question is for you. What's your response to people who think that the requirement of social distancing or the request of social distancing and all of these safety measures, some people think this is overkill and we're making a mountain out of a molehill here?
Well, with the aspects of it being a novel coronavirus and us not understanding everything completely about it is one aspect. The other aspect of just the public health factor of the desire in healthcare for the health of the people in our community. Another factor is, of course, the potential surge on the healthcare system and the impact that if there was a huge surge, that it could then be more difficult to take care of that coronavirus, the COVID-19, much less the other already normal business operations of healthcare that occur for us.
And we've seen pictures on social media of cats and dogs with the medical masks on their face, but a viewer wants to know, can pets get the virus? Are they at risk of getting coronavirus just like humans?
Still too early to say. It seems like at this point, very unlikely though. I know there was a study recently that said that the viral particles were able to be collected from a dog, I think overseas in another country, a medical study. But at this point, we have no proof that it can be directly spread from domestic animals at this point. It's an excellent question. We just don't really know yet, but we suspect at this point that's not the case. So definitely you don't have to make a point just to be safe to self-quarantining your domestic animals. But overall though, practice safe contact, don't allow animals to, directly, lick your face or anything like that. That's standard protocol, standard precaution.
And one final question, and we'll let all 3 of you take an answer with this, is do you think that the steps that are being recommended from the CDC are necessary? There are so many young people who are saying, I won't get sick and die from this, so I'm going to carry on with my life the way I want to.
It's absolutely necessary to do what the CDC has asked us to do. We have to stay 5 days ahead of this curve. We have to do everything that we need to do to protect people who are older, in particular, because they are the ones at risk. The people who have other medical problems, they are the ones at risk. The younger people are probably not going to have as many problems, so we need to do, and the younger people need to do what is necessary to protect the older.
And the situation with the younger people doing what they should do to protect the older is to slow down that spread and of that transmission through the rest of the population.
All right, well, we want to thank you, and for anyone who didn't catch our special tonight, there's going to be an encore presentation on Sunday.
Yes, that will be Sunday for In Focus. That will air at 9 a.m. right here on WVVA. That does it for us. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.